more credible rear panel of the iPhone 6 gets leaked in photos. AT&T finally launches the Samsung Galaxy S5 Active, and Motorola has sadly closed its Moto X plant for Moto Maker. I'm Jaime Rivera, and if you are not celebrating Friday yet, don't worry, I can do that for you. This is Pocketnow Daily. You know, one of the biggest questions we asked ourselves is exactly how is Samsung going to differentiate the Galaxy S5 Active from the current Galaxy S5? And, well, they kind of figured it out. They just launched it on AT&T, and the difference is that this is a more ruggedized Galaxy S5. It's actually a shockproof phone that doesn't look like your big shoe. It's actually looking quite sexy in its design, and it's got the advantage that obviously it's pretty much a Galaxy S5 and that's absolutely everything. It's actually got better and closer specs to the Galaxy S5 than it previously did with the S4. So links in the description for full details. It'll cost you $200 after a 2-year contract. Now, we've got some good and bad news from HTC. On the positive side, there is a wearable from the company. It's called the HTC One Wear. And yeah, I don't know where, but where is where. And yeah, it's going to be called the One Wear, and it'll be using Android Wear, and apparently it'll happen in Q3. But the bad news is that apparently the company is ditching the project of the HTC One MA Prime for undisclosed reasons. Obviously, this was still a rumor, so sad news, don't know why. Now, even though we're not expecting WWDC next week to be launching an iPhone, there is a more credible back panel of the 4.7-inch iPhone that just got leaked. And this one actually has the cutouts for the cameras and everything, and it actually looks real, it looks good. But interesting, there is a cutout for the Apple logo, where in the past it's never actually have a cutout. That was only exclusive to the previous iPad lineup, so we wonder exactly how Apple plans to use that, hopefully for antennas or something. Stay tuned, as this actually does look good. Now, one thing we were expecting to see at WWDC and that will apparently not happen is split-screen multitasking on the iPad. Apparently, this was going to be a feature for iOS 8. Apparently, it was going to be launched at WWDC, but rumors have it that Apple doesn't have this ready. This is really sad news. We were expecting it. It was part of the rumors that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. So let's see what we get on Monday. It probably will not be as bad as we think. And finally, for the very sad news of the day, Motorola has just made it official that they're closing down their Moto Maker plant in the United States. Moto Maker will continue working only from plants in China and Brazil, and the reason why this is sad news is because obviously these are US jobs that are being lost. It's happening all over the world, but sadly it's happening in the US more often than none. And it's really sad because even though this is not part of the Lenovo deal, apparently Motorola was still going to do this because the Moto X was not a success. That leads me to the question of the day. What do you think about this? Would this make you buy a smartphone more if you knew that the labor was coming from the United States? Because in my particular case, I'll tell you this much. I know countries like, for example, Colombia and Mexico, which they really like to consume their own products, and they try to look for products that are made in their own countries to support their industries. And, you know, I wish this were the case in the United States, but apparently it isn't. And the Moto X was a really, really great phone. So would this give you a change in heart in the future whenever you buy a product? Because in my particular case, it would. Leave us a comment down below. What do you think? And friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video was filmed, make sure you follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week.